Hi guys, I just read Laurie Halse Anderson's The Impossible Knife of Memory. It's a YA realistic fiction novel. The main character is Halse. She is a high school senior who's previously had an informal education on the road with her father, Andy. Andy is a war veteran. He suffers from PTSD, alcoholism, and depression. He's pretty unreliable, can't really hold a stable job. Haley herself struggles with codependency, so much so that she worries about her dad a lot and ends up missing school. Subsequently, her grades fail, and she ends up having to get a tutor. Her math tutor is Finn. She ends up falling in love with Finn. Haley's relationship with Finn helps her confront her trust issues and fears of abandonment. The book does focus on some pretty serious issues: PTSD, depression, parent suicide. So it can get pretty heavy at times, but I did really enjoy it. It does take a while to get into, but I really think that these are issues that we really need to talk about. I'm just going to read you a brief section. This is chapter 68. And suddenly it was the 10th of November. The day before Veterans Day was traditionally the day when crazy trapped inside my dad chewed its way out of the cage. This time a year earlier, we'd been in a small town outside Billings, Montana. Driving under bridges had started to become a problem, so we stayed there for a while. Dad got a job working the grill at a diner near the motel where we lived. I hung out in the library and sometimes fished in the small river that ran behind it. That Sunday, his day off, I caught 3 tiny trout and burst through the motel room door to show him. He was deep into a whiskey bottle, watching the 49ers play Seattle. He mocked me about the size of the fish, slurring his words, and I tried to leave, but he told me I couldn't. I didn't want to upset him, so I stayed. I didn't see the gun until the 4th quarter. It was a pistol, probably a new one. In the last second of the game, the refs blew the call that would have given Seattle the winning touchdown. Dad exploded, throwing his glass across the room, leaping to his feet and yelling at the screen. As the official review dragged on, he acted like they were doing it on purpose, just to piss him off. He cursed, his face red and sweaty. He stomped his boots on the floor. I wanted to tell him that it was only a game, and we didn't like either team anyway. But I didn't open my mouth because I didn't want him screaming at me. The station went to commercial. He paced back and forth, muttering things that didn't make any sense, almost like he didn't know where he was or what he was doing. The commercials ended. The camera focused tight on the ref. Dad sat at the end of the bed. "The ruling on the field stands," announced the ref. He never got a chance to declare the game was over because Dad grabbed the pistol and shot the television in the guts. He picked it up and heaved it against the wall and sent a table lamp flying after it. I sat, paralyzed, while he raged, until finally he slid down the wall, crying, his right hand in a bleeding mess. So that was from The Impossible Knife of Memory. So I hope that you pick it up.